What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Anything Better podcast with myself, Paul Virzi, Bill Burr, producer Andrew Themlis, and today you guys are listening to episode 27, my first number in football.
Fucking ad read here.
What?
Not out with the stupid fucking ad read. These fucking cunts. Can't you just go to a fucking website now without this bullshit? Everything's popping up like you're on a porn site. Sorry. Let's do the greatest. Sorry, it's going to be a little heated today. We don't have a lot of time. Let's do the greatest 27s of all time, Paul.
All right, no, I'll say myself, Paul Virzi, first number ever, 5th grade, 27, defensive back for the Raiders.
I'm going to go with Pudge, Carlton Fisk for the Boston Red Sox.
Good one.
All right, number 10, Giancarlo Stanton. These were picked by the fans. Number 9, Scott Niedermeyer, hockey player. Catfish Hunter. That's a good one. Then they got a weird one. They got KC Jones, but he wore 25 with the Celtics. So the picture says 25. I don't know why he's on this list. Vladimir Guerrero wore 27 with the Angels.
That's a great one.
I know, but you got to go with is that his Hall of Fame number? Did he?
No, that's his number.
Expos?
Dude, Vlad Guerrero would come into Yankee Stadium and hit fucking bombs, and he was tall. And I remember that 27. Yes,
he was not afraid of Yankee Stadium. One of the few.
And that kid's flung out of his shoes.
Marichal. Juan Marichal.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie George. There's a good one.
Eddie George is a real good one.
Steve Atwater.
What about
the
Rodney
hardest
Hampton?
hitters, defensive backs of all time? Then here's a weird one. They go David Ortiz. That must have been when he was with the Twins because he wore 34 for us.
Yeah, and by the way, fans, when we do this, because we have some fans going, guys, you said it was fucking 27. He didn't wear. We're going by a list by fucking. We're not doing homework.
Paul,
okay?
Let them have their moment. What would they have if they weren't correcting two fucking idiots on a podcast?
I know.
Number 1, Paul. Number 1, Mike Trout.
It is number 1.
I mean, wait, where are you going to pick? Where are you going to criticize that guy's game?
I mean,
flashing the leather.
That guy really does have it all. He's one of the quietest, all fucking Hall of Fame greatest baseball players ever. That guy literally
lets his game speak for himself. Paul
keeps his fucking mouth shut. I'll tell you one of my favorite 27s.
Crushes it on the road, both at the plate and at the bar.
And in the sack. Whoa.
In the sack. The guy is just, he doesn't need to talk, Paul.
There was a number 27 on the New York Yankees that was one of my favorite players when my mom first took me to see the Yankees in like 1988. I don't know if you're going to remember this guy's name. He's one of my favorite Yankees, 1988. My mom takes me in there, other than Donnie Baseball, which just, he walked on water for us. But Mel Hall was 27 on the Yankees, Mel Hall, and he put his foot would go straight out and he sat back. So he had one foot out straight and then he sat back. And then, and then years later, I heard he went to jail for rape. So what can you do? But
so he would point his foot at the pitcher. His toes were pointed at the pitcher.
His toe wasn't, his toe was still this way, but his leg was like this. So his front leg was like straight like that. And then he kind of did a little sit back on the second leg.
Well, maybe he was used to women trying to fight him off. So like that kind of fed its way into his batting stance. All right. Top 10 MLB players who were later convicted of rape. Number 10.
Mel. Yo, that's what things are coming to. Yo, top 10 quarterbacks with domestic violence.
Top 10 comics who got Me Too. Top 10 comics who didn't do shit but pissed off the wrong woman and then got canceled.
Oh, it's so funny. Yeah. Top 10 bookers who you could just go down the list.
Top 10 women where if they had a dick, they'd have no career, but they don't fit the narrative, so they get away with their bullshit. Oh, Paul. We can make these lists all day long. Well,
Bill, you know what? I think it's only fair to start this on a serious note, an inspirational note. But, I love things that, like, when you see something, you get inspired. And I love when you see a mentor or you see something that you want to emulate.
And you mean like something built from the ground up?
Something from the ground up. And
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
Self-made men.
Yes. And then, I really gotta give a pat on the back and praise the Los Angeles Lakers, because they saw the hardship that the Brooklyn Nets went through. They saw that like maybe not having 5 Hall of Famers, but 4 could be a challenge, an uphill climb. And they decided that they're not going to get 5 Hall of Famers, but they're going to
put classy way.
Right. They
only
may have
4 Hall of Fame free agents
and maybe 11 All-Stars instead of 12. And it just lets you know that there is still some fight in these teams.
There's some integrity.
There's integrity. So
there is, because I feel bad for them because they haven't bought a championship in almost 2 years.
That's 24 months, Bill.
I mean, it's going to be 24 months if they don't win it this year. And how will their fan base? How will they handle that, Paul? I mean, it's not about seeing the greats play each other. You want to see them all on the same team.
Yeah. I
Dude,
get
that
it.
Is like the stupid, like it's just, I can't even like, and what's funny? I was sort of like trolling Laker fans when you sent me that picture when they signed, Westbrook and then Carmelo Anthony. And I was going, all Laker fans, we still need one more piece.
I saw all the shit you were doing online. I saw all the shit you were doing online with it after, and I was laying in my hotel bed in Austin, and I was scrolling, and I saw the shit you were doing, and I go, oh, fuck, did I just fucked half his day?
No, I had a ball with it, because Laker fans can't defend it. All they just go, oh, what are you crying for? Stop hating. Oh, you're just a Boston fan. It's like, defend what you're doing. They can't defend it.
Yeah.
And Laker fans, too, their memory of like a Pylon team is the one year the Celtics did it. And somehow they ignore the Kobe, Shaq, all of that fucking bullshit. I would actually say Shaq was the more important piece than Kobe. Yeah, unless you count whining that I don't have enough free agents as a major attribute. Because when they went their separate ways, he went like, all right, fuck you. I won't play with you. I'll play with Dwayne Wade. And then bam, he won there.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, the Lakers just had to keep shoveling free agents after free agents onto the pile until fucking 2009 so they could do it again.
Let me ask you a question. If the Brooklyn Nets play the Lakers in the NBA Finals this year, what does that hurt the NBA? Because to me, it does.
I will say that if they only played each other, then I would watch it. But like, dude, I got to be honest. And I've said it a million times. That 2008, other than what we beat a Pylon Laker team, you could just say you're playing the Lakers at this point. The Lakers fans are literally like, because it doesn't work, then they're not a Pylon team anymore. I don't know. I really wasn't into that championship. It was great that we won. We got one and blah, 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 blah. But it wasn't like, watching what the Bucks did this year, watching what the Suns did, even though they came up short. Paul, we've talked about this, at fucking length, but it's just,
it's the NBA's
so fucking like, they want to put asterisks next to like steroid stats. I think they should put asterisks next to fucking Pylon championships.
I agree. And I think that it sucks for the fan base because now, of course, the fan base is going to root for him, but you're in a situation where you're like, how did we not win? Or we had to win. And it sucks. And that's why my beloved Knicks are in my heart forever. Okay. Because I'm just going to watch.
Dude, it's like Knicks. Clemens is on fucking Toronto. You guys rip off 2 in fucking 3 years. And then they trade Wells for him, and he comes in, he just jumps in the fucking limo and wins back-to-back. I mean, what are we doing here?
No, the one where I really, really was like happy they won, of course, but couldn't really go get like excited was the 2009 when our infield was A-Rod, Jeter. Our infield was A-Rod, Jeter, Robinson, Cano, and Mark Teixeira, dude. It was like
was the Red Sox in 2007. I couldn't get into that one.
Dude, it's like, I'm happy that my team is winning, but it's like, I can't. You got to win that fucking game.
Dude, half our guys were on fucking roids and we're playing the Colorado Rockies for the World Series. I didn't watch one pitch. I'm like, I want my team to win, but I want to watch competition first.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I thought that we could do something really cool on episode 27 where we talk about the coolest interactions we had with an athlete. And I had one I think you'll love. Try to think of if you could remember yours while I tell you this, but I'm sitting I'm sitting right at the fucking, like right at the batter's box. You're right at the batter's box at Yankee Stadium. And I got a couple in me. And, you know, and Paulie's got a couple in. I'm smiling. I see a guy I like 2 feet away. I got to say something, right? So I'm just going, come on, you're going to hit this guy. You're going to hit this guy, right? And like they would just, you know, do Rondell White, I believe. He's in the box. And I go, Rondell, I go, listen to me. I go, that guy's I go, that guy's a bum. You know it, and I know it. I go, you got to get a hit off this guy. And I think he like, you know, gave a smirk. And then, dude, I saw Giambi in there, and I'm not kidding. That kid it looked like a video game character. The bat looked like a wiffle ball bat. He was just going like, dude, he was square. It looked like a dresser with a head. He looked like with fucking, he was like
licking his lips as he ran down all sweaty.
Dude, he looked
like a comic that was fucking a half hour late for his show.
But the best one that I ever had, Mariano Rivera, the classy Mariano Rivera, who, by the way, you know, the way they say you hear stories about this one, that one, Jordan, this, because every story about Mariano Rivera, okay, is that the guy is the salt. And my buddy Sal went to his house and he was cooking steaks for everybody. He's the fucking best. But anyway, he's out in a suit. He's all sleek and thin. He's in a suit. And they're going by the buses because they're going to one of the players' birthday parties. And everyone's at the gate going, Mariano, this, that, Mo, this, that. They're just yelling. And he's just smiling. He signed something for somebody. And everyone's yelling. And he gave no response. And then finally, I go, Mariano, you're the greatest ever. And he stopped and he looked right at me and he waved and he went there. And there it is. There it is.
I don't have any of those moments. I'm always talking shit, and I try to turn the team against each other. I did it one time when I was in the stands at the old Sullivan Stadium when the Bills had a good team. You know, when they were past their 4 Super Bowls, but they still had Jim Kelly, and you know, we were doing whatever the fuck we could. Well, and at that point, I think we had Bledsoe and Parcells. Whatever. We were sort of about to change over to the Patriots. And there was some offensive tackle sitting there. I just saw his last name, just say, you know, whatever the fuck it was, Johnson. And then there was some other linebacker coming up talking to him and just say his name was Sullivan. And I just yelled, hey, Sullivan, stay away from Johnson. I go, stop talking to Johnson. He's a starter. And then the lineman just started fucking going like this, laughing. And I don't know I didn't even know who was starting or whatever, but I just know that there's like a pecking order on the team. There's the whole rookie, you know, journeyman, the whole fucking thing. That, and then I've rattled a few people. I felt bad about one guy.
Who, Carpenter?
Guy on the Pirates, playing right field of the Pirates, and I was in the upper deck.
What'd you say?
And he had runners in scoring position, and he ended the inning with like a grounded into like a double play to end the scoring threat.
What'd you say?
I just yelled down. I go, that's the kind of thing that sends you back to AAA. And I yelled his name. And you know how like the left fielder and the center fielder play catch? He was playing catch with like a catcher. And he, right after I said it, he airmailed it over the guy's fucking head. And then I was just like, oh shit, man. I was just fucking around. I didn't know his major league career was this precarious. I wouldn't have said it. I felt bad after.
Give Bill Burr 3 drinks at a ball game and put somebody in his eye view that he could say, I mean, I was there. I mean, Bill, when do I blush? I mean, you had me blushing.
I'm not proud of it.
Dude, he would yell stuff and I'd be next to him. And at first it would be fun and funny. And then he would get people laughing and go. And I would just go like this. I was nervous. I was like,
yeah, I know. Well, that's what it used to be before they had something on the Diamond Vision every 2 seconds or a bunch of whores flip-flopping all over the fucking field. You had your class clown in every section. And that's what I would go for. Or if someone was funnier than me, then I was just like, I want to laugh and listen to this guy. Dude, there were so many fucking hilarious guys. I remember one time I don't know if I ever told this on this podcast, but we had a Red Sox game. And it was one of those deals where, you know, it's a small stadium, so there was a little bit of an overhang. And then where we were sitting, and it was raining. And there was this fucking guy, he just looked like a caveman. He just had hair, beard, the whole thing. Old shitty fucking Red Sox hat. This was in the middle of the fucking, you know, the drought, the 86-year drought. And these fucking, and Boston's like really like, it's a combination of like fucking meatheads like me, and then like really fucking like, preppy sort of whatever. So there's preppy families in front of them, and they open up these giant fucking umbrellas. Like, dude, they were like 2 feet over the fucking head, totally blocks the guy's view behind him. And rather than asking them if they would put the umbrella down, he just started commentating the game from behind the umbrella at the top of his fucking lungs. I can't even do it. He would be like, a ground ball. Right under the umbrella. Just screaming. And they were sort of laughing. They were just such not, as Kenny says, Club Soda Kenny, knock around guys. They didn't get locker room ball breaking. So they didn't know what was, they kind of knew he was talking about. And this guy he did like fucking, we just kept looking up because he was hammered. We would just yell, buddy, the umbrella. And then he'd look at us and he'd be like, the umbrella! Still for like 3 innings. Like those moments don't happen anymore because someone wouldn't feel safe. And then the security comes up.
Yeah.
It was, this is the difference too. When I was a kid, the Red Sox they tried to have a mascot. The guy lasted a week. He was called the Fenway Freak. They stuck him out in the outfield. He just got pelted with shit. He got punched, thrown down the fucking stairs, and they just ran out of guys to put the costume on. They were just like, all right, you know what? This is just not the time.
Yeah.
There'll be a time in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have one team that had a mascot. I don't think I've never experienced that really.
I thought it was a sad moment during the Red Sox. I mean, we paid the price for winning World Series. Now we got a guy named Wally.
I mean, dude, what do you do on the drive home?
During the 7th inning, which I actually think we started doing because you fucking idiots were singing the YMCA. And we're like, all right, we got to pick a lamer song. Oh, and you guys still act it out like it's 1978. It's 27 championship, Paul. You guys, you're better than that, Yeah.
Yeah. I always think about like a mascot going home that night, just like put his fucking hat on his passenger side, seat. And he's just like
6-game losing streak. The crowd's just not into it. He's got to sell it for 9 innings.
You can't be like in your mid-30s or older. You got you can't like 26-year-old kid. I get you can't be like a 38-year-old fucking taking your hat down. It's a big moose head. You're smoking.
Here's a funny one. I was at a game one time with my wife. We actually went to a game, and this mascot was fucking hilarious and could dance his ass off. And I forget what he did, but Nia starts laughing and goes, that's a black guy in that fucking mascot suit. And then and ever since then, I've been trying to guess.
Oh, that's
watching
so
him
funny.
dance. Is that a white guy? Do I see wedding vibes here? Wedding vibes dancer?
That's so funny. Guessing by their rhythm, by their coordination.
The best fucking mascot story, I think it was the mascot, was when the Pittsburgh Pirates had their cocaine scandal. Like, who didn't in the late 70s?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking, if you weren't doing blow in the late 70s, you weren't leaving your house, right? So I think their hookup, it was either through an usher or a mascot. I forget who. What was so dumb was Dave Parker. They somehow caught him up in that whole fucking thing, and they ended up shipping him out of town. That was a dumb move. Dumb move. Because I want to say he went and won another one with the A's, and he might have won another one with the Reds in 90. I'm not sure. Or maybe he went to the Reds first, and then he went to the A's and won one. I don't know.
I couldn't imagine
these days, Paul. Pre-steroids?
Yeah.
All you had was you just did a couple of bumps.
I was going to say, like,
days of summer.
I couldn't imagine being on blow in an NFL game, like what you were saying, that Hollywood Henderson. Like, listen, I don't do anything like that anymore, but I know what that feeling is like. And I got to tell you something, being on a football field with that speed and those fucking animals on that, with that adrenaline rush, dude, like, I'm surprised his heart didn't fucking blow up, dude.
When LT looks at you and goes, let's go out there like a bunch of crazed dogs, you'd be like, yeah,
dude, LT would just like LT looking at you, knowing he's on a fuck. That shit, dude. Like, I mean,
dude, I watched some highlights. There's a clip out there when Bo Jackson went up against Lawrence Taylor. There was actual game. People went to a game, and it was Bo Jackson early on in his NFL career, and Lawrence Taylor was already a first ballot Hall of Famer he was between his Super Bowl rings. He'd won in 86. It was like 88 or 89. And first of all, that guy just bull rushing a 300-pounder and pushing him back like he was me. And then after he would do that, he would bring his hand up like he was going in for a dunk and just bring the hammer down, dude. The level that he was almost snapped this quarterback in half on that old school AstroTurf of Giant Stadium. And this guy was just scraping himself up off the carpet, and there were no flags. There were no fucking flags. There's no way. Like, you know, as much as I love Tom Brady, there's no way if he played back then, he fucking plays well into his 40s. Like if you played one game at Veterans Stadium, had a bad day in Veterans Stadium, the way I heard them talk about that turf, dude, that took like a year and a half off your career right there.
Dude, that turf made Vinny Testaverde when he was older on the Jets. He literally snapped the ball and got the play and was just standing there and just took 2 steps back and his Achilles erupted. You watch it and it just stepping on it as like how big he was. He just ripped that was the dumbest thing they did. It was like carpet. It was ridiculous. Yeah,
turf was as bad as their fans. What kind of AstroTurf do you want? I want our turf to be as bad as the behavior of our fans. It really did, though, add to the mystique, I thought, though, of the Eagles, their fucking brutal fan base. Like, you know, when Michael Irvin went down, they thought he had a broken neck, and they were all cheering. Like, they were saluting the troops, and they were, like, happy that maybe he was paralyzed. I mean, they're fucking... They take it to, you know.
Yeah, certain cities just take it to a fucking place, man. You know, if you throw something at dude, I was at a Knicks playoff game with Lucas when they played the Hawks, and some dude threw a fucking bottle from the second thing towards the Knicks bench. And like the Knicks players were like looking and like they were trying to be respectful. And it's just like that person, like, that's like,
do that, dude. You're not a man. They got their back to you. You're way up above.
And it's a bottle, you know, even if it's like a hard plastic one, it hits you in the fucking temple. It's like that, those dudes.
Why
and
did they say switch to plastic? Dude, think about Jackie Robinson when he broke the color line and he went out there in front of a bunch of racist white people and they had bottles. I mean,
dude, what that dude heard and went through on a daily basis and then went on the field and fucking shit on him. Like,
I think that's why he died so young.
It could be.
Dude, he aged like twice what a president did. If you look at that guy, he comes in fresh-faced, and then like a year out of fucking baseball, he looks like he's fucking 80 years old.
Yeah, I don't understand why people's behavior, 2 things that I've noticed that I never understand the behavior. People hate things that are different, and they hate success. Even when that Jeffrey Bezos dude, when that guy made his rocket and he went up there, the amount of shit that the guy got, and it was like, fuck him, treat your employees better. And it's, first of all, it's like as if they know. And they're like, oh, yeah, it was shaped like a dick. Dude, if I had Jeffrey Bezos money, I'd fucking have jetpacks. I'd be fucking with my dick out. I'd have a fucking jetpack take me to space naked with a heart on going, yeah, enjoy the packages. Fuck you, dude. That guy, you're getting, and you know what? Those same people that were talking shit have an Amazon package on their front fucking step. All of them. Everybody's shopping with them. Okay.
And he shaped it like a dick because he probably knew they were going to say it anyways. So he added a helmet on top of it.
I fucking loved it. Good for him. Him, his brother, and his buddy we're going up to space today, and we're going to come down and we're going to go to the steakhouse. Fuck everybody, dude. Fuck everybody. Elon Musk.
I mean, yeah, if that's your angle, I mean, I got to go with it. I mean, from what I heard, he does treat his fucking employees. It's the closest thing to sweatshop labor that you can get away with in this country legally. But, you got to give it up to, that's a hell of an afternoon.
But I feel like
everybody's still using plastic water bottles. They're throwing them into the fucking ocean. Everybody's getting all these flat screen TVs. They're not doing anything for the environment. So why can't a billionaire getting a little mushroom, right?
Elon Musk gets a pass.
Would you do that, Paul? With your fear of flying and all of that shit, would you do it?
I couldn't do it. It's funny you said that because I was thinking today, I was walking through the airport and I go, I like this. I like being on it. I love aviation. I was just afraid of it. I love it. I love listening to the roar. Now when it takes off and I see people nervous that used to be me, I almost want to pat them on the shoulder and go, it's going to be fine. That's what I had to go through something like, you're going to be fine, dude. Trust. I do this fucking 40 times a year.
I thought you were going to give him the Hitler speech. What are you thinking? What were you thinking?
What's the matter with you? No.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter
but if Jeffrey Bezos said, hey, do you want to come up with us? It's the second run ever, but I need more reps.
Listen, if the rocket doesn't say NASA on the side of it,
would you do it if you got a free ride? If they said, Bill, come up.
Some guy who hired the fucking guys who weren't, dude. There's one place you work. It's like mixed martial arts. There's one place, the UFC. That's it.
Yeah.
There's one place to play pro football, the NFL. I don't want some sandlot fucking rocket builder fucking making me. I'm just, dude. That chick went up in the space shuttle and she died. And that was a NASA product. So, I mean, I don't know.
All right.
There's
so Elon,
just something about it, though, where I know with everything that you're in a car, it's an engine, a gas combustion engine. It's a controlled explosion, building energy, jet power. What is it? Suck, squeeze, bang, blow the whole time. That's what's going on there. I get that. But there's just something. I mean, you're on like basically fireworks.
So you get a phone call. Tomorrow from Elon Musk, and he goes, Bill, huge fan, my favorite comedian. We're going up. We're doing a thing. We got everybody. We tested it 1 million times. We're going to go out afterwards. We're just going to leave the atmosphere and come back. We'd love for you to be there. You say no?
No. Definitely if it's like if it's a thing, something that's going to be filmed and it's some promotional thing, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, no.
That's such a fucking. Look at Andrew's laughing. That's such a Bill. I'm filming this shit. All right.
No, if you're filming it, I wouldn't do it. But I mean, I the guy makes a good car. I mean, Henry Ford made a great car. I don't want to go to space with the guy. That just seems to me like I always use Pewter Pot. There used to be this place called Pewter Pot. It was this chain, and they made muffins. There was Dunkin' Donuts, and there was Pewter Pot. If you wanted donuts, you went to Dunkin' Donuts. If you wanted a muffin, you went to Pewter Pot. And there was like a respect that they had with each other. And every once in a while, Dunkin' Donuts would try to make muffin, and everybody would be like, dude, why are you doing that? We're going to Pewter Pot. Then Pewter Pot expanded and started fucking doing like full menus, a breakfast menu with the fucking, the muffins. And then they expanded more. And, they had to buy furniture and people had to sit down, and then they went under. Rather than just doing what they did.
Gun to your head. Fresh muffin, fresh donut.
What am I trying to do? If I want a sugar rush, I got to go with the donut. If I'm going to cheat a little bit on my diet, I got to go muffin. But I'll tell you right now, a fucking blueberry muffin right out of the oven with some butter on it. I mean, that's unbelievable. Then that's a rarity now. Because where do you get a fucking muffin? But then I'll say if I got to go donut.
Oh, donut.
I got to go the maple glazed.
Oof. Yeah.
Maple glazed donut, Paul. I could down 6 of those before I knew I should have stopped at the first one. You put them in your mouth, they evaporate. And it goes like right into your like it's the closest thing to heroin. Like you could literally nod off with a bag of fucking maple glaze.
Dude,
I got right outside the store. I love donuts, dude. That's why I stay away from them because there's nothing in there. It's going right to your gut. It's going to that fucking ham sandwich that hangs over the back of your fucking stretchy jeans. Dude, this is the thing about these stupid ass jeans. Back in the day, when I was a kid, dude, you had to be a 33 to fit into 33s. Now these things, it's like plastic, man. A 33, you can go up to like a 37, 38-inch waist, and before you realize, like, fuck, what have I done? Right. What happens is all of a sudden you got something where you got to wear a suit, and you go to put the suit on, and all of a sudden, the fucking 2 sides are like this.
Yeah. No,
that's what happened to me.
Those
I had 33-inch jeans, and I was 5'9 3/4, and I got up to $190 before they started digging into me. And now I'm a month into being on the elliptical Burr every fucking day, trying to get back down to fucking $180. It's like You're not helping anybody. And my wife, the whole time I was putting on weight, I go, am I getting fat? Am I getting fat? Because the jeans still fit. She goes, no, you look great.
Yeah.
I had to give her shit. I go, don't fucking tell me I'm looking good when I'm not. Because dude, I went to the dermatologist because I'm a pasty bastard. I had to get some shit burned off of me. And I fucking had my shirt off, and I somehow got a glimpse of what my back looked like. Oh my God.
No, I'm doing
I look like a walrus.
I'm doing a piece in my act right now where my wife was like fucking cooking and having sugar shit out when I was doing good. And it's on purpose, dude. It's on fucking purpose. And that's like, and all the women were laughing and they're going like this. And it's like, yeah, because then you have to work. You know, as soon as your man starts slimming down, it puts pressure on them.
Dude,
you know?
That's how they got all those plus size women on billboards. It's because they don't want to look at competition. They want to look at, I'm fucking in better shape than she is.
It's okay, yeah.
Up. Oh, you look great. Oh, you're a goddess. It's, dude, their manipulation abilities. I mean, Paul, could you even come up with a game plan where two guys like you and me walk into an advertisement company and we try to get them to get two fucking beer-bellied, man-titted guys up on a billboard with no shirt on, and to be done in a way that it should, and it's not a joke.
You know what I would say? I would go in there and be like, how many days do I got? And then I'd look at you, I'd be like, we got this. And you'd go, Paul, no, we don't.
No.
We don't have this.
No, they don't get, no, there's no.
No, that you can never do that to it. You can't. I mean, it's what it is.
Dude, the fact that they achieved that. The fact that they achieved that will let you know why, when you argue with your wife, why you lose the amount of times you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just, I wouldn't even know where to begin to figure that one out.
Yeah, no, you couldn't. You couldn't figure it. In no way would it ever work. Dude, I had a fat friend go, dude, there's a Krispy Kreme. We were in a casino. And there was a Krispy Kreme, and they said Krispy Kreme was like crack. They said it was like too good. People were getting so fat.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme was like Dunkin' Donuts on meth.
So my buddy goes, let's go to Krispy Kreme, and would you do a donut? You want to get a 6-pack? And I go, no, dude. I go, I'll get one. And he goes, I don't want to say his name. He goes, no, I'm not doing that. He goes, and I go, let's just go get one each. He goes, no, we get fucking 6, or I'm not doing it. And I was just like, I'm not eating. God. I'm not eating 3. He's like, you don't fucking. And I was.
This is like, a comic or a friend?
No, it's a friend. No, it's a friend who's not a comic, but he's in the comedy world. He's a heavy guy, and he goes, you don't get one. You don't get one. And we literally didn't go because he refused to go if we're not getting 6. And I just laughed and I go, dude, I can't eat 3 glazed donuts right now. I simply can't eat 3 glazed donuts right now.
You were going to split a 6er.
He wanted to split a 6er, but I didn't want 3 donuts, dude. We were just walking through the fucking casino.
Dude, I'm not eating 2, 3 donuts.
Dude, after 1 donut, I feel like a tub of shit. I'm not going to eat.
After 1 donut, I need a nap.
Yeah.
2 donuts, I start having depressive thoughts, questioning everything that I've done in my life. And then 3 donuts, I feel like I have to go to the hospital. What you have to know is, how do I know that, Paul? Because I've eaten 3 donuts. I mean, look, when I was a kid, I could eat 3 donuts.
Yeah.
You got to. We're all brand new. You know what I mean?
Oh, my kids, the shit my kids eat, and they're just like, my son has a legit 6-pack. He's just this little 12-year-old shredded kid. He's literally has a 6. The other day, he walked out of the room and he goes, Dad, look, and he just flexed literally 6 little muscles sitting in his stomach, his chest. And I'm just going like, and meanwhile, he's eating like taffy and like he's got like fucking, those Takis that kids like, which are like super spicy fucking chips. And I'm just going like, and then he's just outside shooting and stuff. And my daughter too. It's just like, I can't do that now. It's like, well,
that was the amazing thing about Lamar Odom. That guy would eat like a fucking 1 pound of candy before a game.
Yeah.
Burn it off. He was still in shape. For the way I heard that guy ate candy, he should have, some of the fat guys that have ever played in like the NBA, he never was that guy.
He would bring bags of like gummy bears, and he would bring bags of like Sour Patch Kids and Starburst in the arena, and he would just constantly be chewing on them and just like shoot like in drill. Like it was like part of his travel. Like that guy's rider, if he was a comic, would look like a fucking candy store.
That'll catch up with you. Rock solid. It's just one read.
Yep.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. It's Butcher Box, everybody. Summer is all about savoring every moment. Some of my favorite things about summer, Paul, are not going to the beach and hearing somebody like you with olive skin tell me all about it. I do like boozing at night. Back in the day when I drank, I like smoking a stick. Whether you're hosting a backyard get-together or an impromptu gathering, Butcher Box will help you spend less time searching for high-quality meat so you have more time for making memories. That's right. You add a little veggies to the side, you get a flat stomach. Butcher Box delivers humanely sourced meats of your choosing right to your doorsteps. Options like 100% grass-fed and finished beef, free-range organic chicken, humanely raised pork, wild-caught lobster tail, wild-caught Alaskan salmon. Paul, you don't know what these fish are going to do. And sugar and nitrate-free bacon. Each box ships with 9 to 11 pounds of meat, ladies, packed fresh, shipped frozen, and vacuum sealed, making it simple to store in the freezer and grab later for a delicious meal with friends. My favorite cut, Paul, I like the pork chop. I'm having it tonight. All right?
Nice.
Going to sear it on both sides, finish it in the oven, come out little garlic, rosemary, butter bath. Go fuck yourself. Luckily, today's sponsor, Butcher Box, wants to celebrate you this summer. Right now, Butcher Box is offering our new members 2 free lobster tails and 2 free ribeyes in your first box. So you can share a high-quality surf and turf meal with friends or enjoy it by yourself. The process is simple. You sign up and choose your box and delivery frequency. They offer 4 curated box options and a custom box that lets you choose your favorite cuts. Butcher Box ships your order frozen at peak freshness and packed in an eco-friendly 100% recyclable box. You enjoy high-quality meat delivered to your door and more time for amazing meals together. Butcher Box is offering our listeners 2 5-ounce lobster tails and 2 10-ounce ribeyes for free in your first box. You can only get this special deal when you sign up for a new membership at butcherbox.com/all capitals better. That's butcherbox.com/better for free lobster tails and ribeyes.
Surf and turf, baby. Free surf and turf,
right.
baby.
Beautiful. Dude, you know what's funny? One time I went into this guy's house, you know, big time star, all kinds of movies and shit. He had his own movie theater. And they had, like, what's funny about the people when they do the whole movie theater and they really get into it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they have, like, real movie theater portions.
Like concessions?
Like, he had, like 3 or 4 different glass jars of candy.
Oh.
The one was like a Hershey's Kiss. Dude, I just took one to eat it. It was, like, fucking hard as a rock. It was just like, oh, you dumped this shit in the day just for the look. This is like prop candy. It was all stale. It was fucking hilarious because when you really looked at it,
yeah,
like, it's like, dude, you have enough fucking candy here for the rest of your life, and it's just sitting in here going bad. I didn't say anything or whatever. He had like the cart with the popcorn and everything. Dude,
all right, let's
for a sold out movie theater.
All right, let's do this. Favorite chocolate candy, favorite like licorice or like gummy candy. What do you got?
Licorice? No, I can't do licorice. Licorice stinks.
Oh, really?
Dude, licorice is like if they put like sugar on the inside of whatever makes a Ziploc work. Whatever the fuck that is. It's just gross. Like, I feel like you could just stick them together and keep like a sandwich fresh or something. I'm not a licorice guy at all. I'm
a gummy bear kid till the day I die. Gummy bears.
I'm not in any of that shit.
I love gummy shit. I love taffy. I'm a big jelly bean guy. And I'm new into Raisinets. And I realized my dad used to love them. And I never understood why my dad liked them. And I figured out why. My dad would like try to cut corner. My dad didn't want to get fat. So he was like, yeah, you know, it's chocolate on fruit. And I know that that's what he was doing. And I had that too. But dude, a Raisinette is no joke. Dark chocolate Raisinette, pretty nice. In a movie theater, pretty nice with the good mix with the popcorn. Remember Doug Signier? Oh, I met Bill, Doug Signier, funny dude from Boston, right? We go hit like golf balls at Chelsea Piers. And then we went to see that Johnny Depp movie about John Dillinger.
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the hallway, and I'm like, yeah, man, I got to get some candy. I mean, I'm like, who doesn't get fucking candy? I'm getting something, right? So I go in, and I get a Diet Coke, and dude, Doug Signier with that shit-eating grin. You guys have to know this guy. Picture tough Boston, no care in the world, Irish guy, tough, but like deep down inside, sweetest guy, shit-eating grin. And he looks at me. I walk, he's got a fucking barrel of popcorn. He's got another fistful of drinks, and he's got that look, and he goes, it's like, he was the type of guy that you would be like, Doug, how's everything? And he goes, fucking great.
Oh, that's his greatest thing.
Yeah,
hey, Doug, how's your wife? He just goes, she's the best. Are you kidding me? She's the best.
He answers it almost as if you said something against his argument. Like you'll be like, yeah, man, how's the wife and kids? The kids good. How's your new son?
Dude, you know what's hilarious? One time, me and a buddy of mine were meeting him for a Patriots game, like a Monday Night Football game at this bar on the west side.
Yeah.
So I go into the bar, the game's going. It was a Red Sox game or something. But, I look around the bar. I can't find the guy. So I sit down. I find like a table. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm the first person here. My other buddy shows up. And we're sitting there going like, yeah, it's not like Doug to be this late. The game's going. And then all of a sudden, somebody hit a home run or somebody's ran for a touchdown. And I just hear this fucking crazy drunk noise. And I go, and I fucking get up like that. And I look over and I see his dumb freckled hands up in the air. I go, is that him over there? We go over there, dude. And he was fucking, dude, he was like movie drunk.
Oh, dude. You said the funniest thing about him one time. I still remember the picture in my head and I laughed. We were near a comedy club. Remember, he saw a comedy club booker and he goes, hold up, guys, I'll be right back. He runs up to this comedy club booker because Doug was doing comedy at the time, right?
Doug was not afraid of confrontation.
And me and Bill and Doug are walking. Oh, hold on. Yo, Paulie, this guy runs this room over here. I'll mention your name too. I got to talk to him. He runs down half a block. Me and Bill are looking at him. And Bill just goes, dude, he looks like he's arguing a call. And when you looked at him, he looked like a manager talking to an ump. His head was to the side and he's just going like this.
There's some pointing. He's pointing to the guy's chest and you just see the guy. He's like, he was standing like out in the open, but he looked like he was up against the wall. And I remember that. I was like, that right there, that's not how you do that. I don't care how legitimate your bitch is. When you're where we're at in the business right now, you can't approach a guy like that. But I love that he did it, and it was fun to watch.
He did everything but pin the guy against the wall and grab him by a collar.
Oh, yeah. If a guy had a suit coat on, he would have grabbed him by the lapels.
He's one of a kind, though. He's one of a kind, dude. It's fine. What do you mean? I know.
I'm going to see him. We're going to hang when I'll be in New York one of these months coming up. I'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll hang. Do something.
Guys, real quick, just want to mention, thank you guys so much for all the reviews on the show. Anything Better, please like, subscribe, get the Anything Better podcast on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast. Thank you guys all for the positive comments. Everybody loved 26, huh? So keep telling your friends. Yeah, keep telling your friends.
Wade Boggs.
The best podcast in the fucking world. I mean, it's just what it is. So, it's like jump on board. We're going to do a couple of live ones in Los Angeles. Guys, everybody's asking about merch. I talked to somebody too. We put some t-shirts. We'll get some fucking hoodies for the fall. You throw it on your back. What color you want? You want white? You want black? We'll talk to Andrew. We'll fucking take care of it. Right. Dude, I was at a seafood restaurant yesterday and they were giving I was at a seafood restaurant in Austin, Texas. And it was one of the funniest things ever. We're talking about like the halibut or like the sea bass and the bronzino and all the fish. And then they go, yeah, this one, she goes, yeah, this one was caught with the long rod. It was the first time they were telling about like the rod that was used for the thing. So then the people I was with the whole time, we would just be joking like, oh yeah, this one was with the net. But I was the first time that they were like a long rotted fishing pole was what caught the fish, as if that's going to
better because it doesn't like vacuum up any other fish that just happened to be there.
I don't know why they mentioned the long rod or something with that fish, but I never heard that. The thing you use to catch the thing has nothing to do. I would imagine has nothing to do with the chef, how the chef is preparing it.
Yeah.
But nice piece of fish. I had a little bit of sea bass yesterday, Bill. A little bit of sea bass with we started out with some cold shrimp cocktail and a crab cake that you couldn't shake a stick at. I mean, a fucking monster. You ever see the crab cake that's so real and fresh from a real seafood place that there's none of the filler shit in there? It's like,
did you use that expression properly? That didn't sound right.
As
that you couldn't shake a stick at.
As I said it, I was hoping it was right. I thought it was, but
you said it so fucked up. I can't even remember how to use it properly. It's like when somebody goes, "What's that guy's name?" and then they do a bad guess, and then now you can't remember the name.
Andrew, can you find out what shake a stick at means? If I used it in the proper context, it's a crab cake you couldn't shake a stick at.
Isn't it? You wouldn't shake a stick at. Like,
no,
I think if you'd shake a stick at it, get the fuck out of here. You know, back in the day when animals would come onto your property.
It's not wouldn't shake a stick at. I'm gonna have to say it's you can't shake a stick at. Or what is it?
Shaking a stick at somebody, of course, is a threatening gesture or at least one of defiance. So to say that you have shaken a stick at somebody is to suggest that the person is opponent, perhaps a worthy one. So that sounds like the fish is not a worthy, the crab cake wasn't a worthy.
So, no, but I said you wouldn't shake a stick at it.
Yeah, but if it was good, you would have shaken a stick at it.
It's not a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bill, you didn't have to call that out. I was just trying to say it was a good crab cake.
I'm just as dumb as you are. I'm just trying to help us out here.
Yeah. Also, Paul.
Well, you're so dumb, you're out of focus. Your intelligence, they can't get you in there. All right, start talking so we can get you back on the screen.
Bill, can you pull the mic a little closer? Sorry.
A little closer. What the fuck do I got to do with this microphone? I'm eating the fucking thing.
Yeah, I'll cut this out. Can you just on the microphone right on the top side of it where that green light is? Can you just tap that thing up? That should be the volume. Up a little bit.
Hello. How's that?
In the middle.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh shit, you got a digital shit like that?
It's somewhere in the middle is good.
All right, how about now?
Okay, that'll probably
leave all of that in. Why would you cut that out? That's part of the charm of the podcast.
All right, sorry.
Dude, Bill is the most Italian, non-Italian. Did you hear what he said? I'm eating the fucking thing. You're either hanging out with me too long. I swear to God, dude, the shit you like to eat, the shit you say, you have a lot of Italian friends. I swear to God, somewhere down the line, something.
I like you people. People are all right.
I've always been friends with you.
I wouldn't pay for protection, though. Let's not take it too far. Let's not get too authentic. Or I'll shake a stick at you. I got the MLB online thing. So I've been watching the Red Sox. Of course, I watch them. They lose 4 in a row, so now I think it's me. Lost 3 in a row to the Devil Rays. Sorry, the Rays. Can't say devil.
I can't get into baseball,
and then we lost to the Tigers. But what I'm loving is Dennis Eckersley. Dude, that guy just has his own fucking language. Dude, the guy strikes out looking, and he goes, pair of shoes. Sitting there going, what the fuck does pair of shoes mean? It's like, what does that mean? Does that mean that's so on the money? You got money for a new pair of shoes, that pitch? Or does that mean you froze him and he's just standing there in his shoes? That's all he becomes? He's not a hitter anymore. He's just a pair of shoes standing there?
Because he swung so hard. That's so great.
But I can't remember if he swung or not, because if you don't swing and he says a pair of shoes, he's just reduced you to a pair of shoes. I just picture you like a building going down, and it's just... You just froze. You didn't do anything. You did exactly what I could have done from my seat. You stood there and you did nothing. You just a pair of shoes. I don't know if that's what it means.
I thought he meant it like the guy swung so hard it was just his shoes left like a car accident.
But what it is all of them are great. Or the pitch was so great that the pitcher's going to get a bonus or something and they'll have get a new pair of shoes.
I love the talk that the players have with each other. Like, a lot of people said like, hey man, like when you're on stage and you and the host have a quick talk, I see you guys say a few things, sentences, and laugh. Like, what is that? That's so cool. Well, the cool thing is, I know the Yankees did a thing. I think when Billy Crystal directed that, he was very close with I didn't realize how close Billy Crystal and Bob Costas were to Mickey Mantle. Apparently, later in Mickey Mantle's life, him, Bob Costas, and Billy Crystal became dear friends, like dear friends, right? And but what happened is the Yankees had this thing in '61. Where they'd hit a home run and they'd run around the bases and they'd tag home, like they'd step on home. And then like if Maris would walk over to Mickey and Mickey would go, what was it? And they would go, curveball. It didn't curve though. Like they would always say like it was a screwball, but it didn't, shit like that. Like basically they got it. And it was like a cool thing. And
fastball, but it wasn't fast.
Yeah, like he got, and then they would just like curveball, but it did curve, then they would just run back and shit like that, which I just think like stuff like that is awesome. And I think that like they said when they put that movie 61 up, Yogi Berra and Whitey Ford were in the theater, and they said Billy Crystal wanted it so fucking like actually what happened that he said Yogi was like looking at Whitey during the movie going like, that's what happened. That's exactly like, which is fucking great.
Was that movie 61?
That was a movie 61. And it was really about how the fans didn't embrace Maris. Roger Maris, and how even with Mickey fucking around and doing all that, and they had a race of homers and Mickey was hurt and this and that, and Maris was like this straight family guy and doing it like that, and looked up to Mickey and going, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're Mickey Mantle. He's like, fuck you, dude. Cry to your wife about it. This is what I do. This is how I live. And all the fans loved him. It was actually a fucking great, but Billy Crystal.
Do you know where he shot that?
No.
In Tiger Stadium.
Oh, okay. I heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they dressed up old Tiger Stadium
to look like
old Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Original Yankee Stadium, I guess, what you would say. The original Yankee Stadium.
Andrew, you were saying something?
No, thank you for noticing me leaning forward. Yeah, no, Bill, Boston Globe actually talked about this Eckersley thing. There's an article. There's an explanation. It says, pair of shoes. A hitter who is left standing in the batter's box after striking out. He's nothing but a pair of shoes.
Dude, that's great.
That's a great one. No, he's got all of that. Yeah. Cheese, salad. He's got all kinds of crap that he says. It's fun. And you pick up on it early because he speaks it like you should understand it. So I'm just like, I gotta get caught up here. Dude, you just watching the game. I've watched a million baseball games. I never ever heard anybody say a pair of shoes. And I'm just sitting there, I love watching baseball. I love the dog days of summer. I love October baseball. I just love just the pacing of it now that I'm older.
Yeah.
Figure myself out. I got nothing to fuck. I don't give a shit. Whatever. You're fucking tougher than me. I know. You can kick my ass. I don't give a fuck. I love baseball now. So I just sit there when I'm sitting there watching it, just enjoying the game. And all of a sudden, you guys just fucking strike three, he's out. I just hear him go, pair of shoes. And I'm like, it just woke me up. Like, what the fuck is a pair of shoes?
Oh, dude, that's great. That's really good, man. Is there anything better than getting old? Is there anything better than getting older?
No. Is there anything better than enjoying
the
aging process?
Embracing it.
Dressing your age. Dude, this is my belief. You keep yourself in shape, you dress age appropriately, and then you encourage young people. As long as they're not douchebags. If they're being douchebags, you say, knock it off over there. But if they're like good people or whatever, you help them out. That's all there is.
And you got to leave the young people to the young people. You got to migrate in the woods. You had your time. Let them let them be in the big city. You go off. You get a dog.
Stop asking them about their bands.
Yep. Get a dog. Get some cigars.
Yeah.
Okay. Get a nice woman in your life. Have a family.
Stop trying to have cool clothes.
Yeah. Just fucking dress for comfort.
Yeah. Grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah. You
you are a designated driver for people that have their whole lives ahead of them. That's it. And if they want advice, you give them good advice. If they don't want to hear it, they'll learn the same lessons we did, Paul.
Hey, go to your liquor cabinet and take your Goldschlager, dump it out. Take your fucking Jaeger, dump it out. All that sugary shit that's going to make you feel like, go to the store and get yourself a $200 bottle of a whiskey, of a bourbon, some fine wines.
Get yourself some gas.
Drink like a gentleman. Okay. Drink like a fucking gentleman. Don't do fireball shots.
Yeah. No more Fast Eddie. You got to be Jackie Gleason.
Yeah.
All right. Let's shoot some pool.
Fast food visits twice a month tops when you reach a certain age. And that's tops. That's if like the kid needs it. If like your kid needs something and you got to go get them apples and nuggets and you're like, all right, dude, I'm here.
That's right.
I'm here, but
you can't be cool anymore. The best you can hope for at our age is to be dapper.
Yeah.
You have to accept that.
You know what else I learned? I don't need an action movie anymore. I could watch a nice dialogue. I could watch a nice, listen, I don't need the bad boys explosions. I don't need the cars going up and the helicopters.
I love that shit. I used to love that shit.
I could just watch fucking like now I get why Deer Hunter was great.
Oh yeah, no. That wedding scene that was
dude,
as long as an actual wedding.
You can't blame a 25-year-old kid in 2021 who watches that wedding scene to not tap out. I'd be like, it was like a real wedding. It was just like they just videoed a whole wedding.
Yeah, I felt like I crashed a wedding and I didn't give a fuck about anybody at it.
I know. I told you, dude. I know I'm getting older because I care about food more like my dad. I'm afraid of ladders. I'm afraid of falling. I'm afraid of like certain things that like I used to think I could do. And now I'm like, dude, I played with the thought of jumping out of a plane to get that experience. You know, my sister did it and they were like, dude,
I did it. Don't do it. I did it. Yeah.
How'd it feel?
I thought I was going to die. And then I didn't was basically what happened. I did a static line jump in Pepperell, Massachusetts, a 1-day course. And it was just like that. What was that movie? One of the early Kevin Costner movies.
What?
With Judd Nelson in it. Fandango? No. Is that what it was, Andrew? Early on, he's looking it up. And they have a scene in there. It was the exact fucking thing. Exact kind of plane. Went up in a little Cessna. Yeah, Fandango, where the wing is up top and you're underneath the wing. And then there's a little fucking thing like that. So you literally, I'll act this shit out, dude. Like you gotta, they go sit, open the door. I'll give you 3 commands. Open the door, sit in the door, get out. No, he opened the door. Sit in the door, get out. You get out, and there was a little fucking welded step over one of the wheels, right? So you fucking get out, and then you put your hands on the fucking thing like that, and then you got your leg out like that, and you're like this. So it's sit in the door, get out, and then he slaps, and then it's go. And then you got to go arc 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Look, if nothing, look, reach, pull. All right? Because if you don't look at your emergency thing, they thought you could fucking die. So anyway.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah. So I remember I went all the way up there. I forgot my ID. So we had to drive all the way back and came. It was a fucking pain in the ass. And I got up there in time to do it because everybody was going, oh, you deliberately didn't bring it so you couldn't go. It's like, no, I want to go. So we fucking go there. And by the time I got back, one of the women in my class, she was a big girl, had big hips, right? Like they talk you down. You had a little radio. Give me a little right toggle. Give me a little left toggle. And she had big hips and you're supposed to go all the way down to her knee. And she couldn't get around her ass, you know? So she landed across the street in a pile of like mulch and dislocated her knee. So I had that going on. I was like, oh, fuck. We go up and the guy's going, sit in the door. And I thought he was saying, close the door. I'm like, what? And he had this big stick, sit in the door. Sit in the door. And he had this big smile like he thought I was checking out. I go, close the door? He goes, sit in the door. And I finally just go, all right. So I sit in the door. And because I went home, I forgot everything they taught me. Get out. I got out and he goes, go. And I let go and I just started doing front flips because I didn't arc. And dude, it was a static line jump. So it's hooked up to your chute. So the second you let go, your chute is pulled. So my chute's coming out as I'm doing front flips. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to go like a fruit roll up. Like I'm dead. Dude. I won't even be able to pull my thing. And I felt it go by the inside of my right leg. I'll never forget that. My inside of my right thigh, I felt it hit as I was doing sky, ground. And I feel this thing. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead. And then right as I thought, oh my God, I'm dead, it just went. And I had it. And I was just sitting there and they were going like, all right, right tug. I did the whole thing. And then the weirdest thing is if you look at your feet, you're going to miss because you're coming down like 15, 17 feet per minute. And like, if you look at the ground, you're going to misjudge it and like break your ankle or your leg or something. So you're supposed to look at the horizon. And
you mean 1,700 feet?
No, 15 to 17 feet per second. Is
how
how
okay.
Fast
You said
falling.
minute.
You're still falling.
Yeah.
It's like you're jumping out of a sort of low level tree.
Holy
so you're going to hit the ground. Now you come in like this, just like that. It's not overly fast.
Is it peaceful?
So you gotta look out like this. So as you hit, you're then supposed to do this stupid, ridiculous roll and then bring your legs up and over. The whole thing was dumb. Everybody did the same thing. They just hit the ground and did a fucking face plant. But you didn't care because you were alive.
Was it peaceful when you were just kind of doing this and gliding and looking at the...
It didn't even feel like you were falling because you felt like you were just stuck in the air.
Wow.
Because there was nothing going by you. And then all of a sudden you got to the tree level. And it's like, holy shit, we're fucking moving. And then ding, bang. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no, fuck that. But I was one of those guys, like I was going to do that. I was going to go bungee cord jumping. I was going to,
that.
then I was just, I was 19. And then I had that moment and I was just like, oh yeah, what am I, special? No. Why wouldn't I die? So then I was like, all right, I'm going to take the easier route. I'll get my thrills doing something else.
I knew a kid whose lung collapsed doing it. He landed, but his lung like collapsed. He had to, cause something with air. But then like I got family, like my sister and stepfather, like they would do like, woo, like in the air. They would be like, yeah, like they fucking loved it. And I'm like, I would be worried the whole time like you, that I'm just going to die until I don't. I'm done with roller coasters, dude. I'm not doing that either. I'm not fucking going 0 to 80 in 3 seconds and getting whiplash.
Now, the great thing about being old, you don't have to go on the rides anymore.
Yeah.
You can just get yourself a little fried dough.
Yeah.
You kids run along. You go on the rides. You get on the fucking shit that's going to get you all soaking wet.
I think, you know what I think I might do, man? I think as I get older, not only will I golf, I think I'm just going to like maybe just, do like either like a little fishing or like, and just throw it back or like eat it. Like, I'm just going to chill.
Why don't you just leave them alone, Paul?
I mean, if I'm sitting by the water and I got a pole, what am I going to do?
I don't know, skim a rock. Why do you got to rip another thing? If you're not going to eat the fucking thing, just going to yank it out by its fucking mouth. Yeah. Look at it like, hey, and throw it back. Yeah, Didn't we talk about that? We were just talking about this last podcast. You were talking about the trout guy.
3 days ago.
We talked about, about
trout. When you were saying guys would win the thing, and be like, yeah, screaming at the fucking trout, and then they throw it back in the lake.
The nice thing about getting old is just doing nothing is like, you could just be like, yeah, I'm going to go sit on the ocean, sit on the water. I'm going to go sit in the sand. I'll tell you the best time to go to the ocean. The best time to go to the ocean is 7:00 at night. The sun's going down and you just fucking walk it and you get the breeze. And you're not allowed in the water anyway, because there's no lifeguards or anybody on the beach, but it's just you and the sand and the thing. And you just walk and you look out to that ocean and you just contemplate everything in your life. Oh, maybe get a stick if the wind's not too strong.
I got one for you. I sat on the beaches in Normandy and smoked a stick.
Oh, I mean, if that's not top 10 I mean, that's.
Oh, I had to do it. Dude, it was, you go there. It's one of the most emotional places that you ever go to. It's unbelievable. When you just think of all those kids, how old they were in
dude, I'd start crying.
They died trying to stop that lunatic, man. There's no way, unless you're a serial killer, not to feel something. Dude, I went there because I had to do it. And I tried to memorize how from my hotel, I was driving this big, stupid, those big, dumb Mercedes vans. It was the only thing that they had to rent.
Yeah.
And they got the stupid shifter into drive. It's like pointed at you like a fucking glory hole. So I drove and I had poor cell service over there because I didn't get the right service or whatever. And I immediately got lost. And then I'm laughing my ass off because I can't understand anybody, because it's like I'm in France now. This isn't Paris where most of the people speak English. And I would have to pull over and be, excuse me, I used to know how to say beach. Normandy, la droite, à gauche. And they would just be looking at me like, what the fuck? À côté, anything, right? So I somehow make it to the beach and I'm driving back and I have no idea where the fuck my hotel is. And we have to catch a plane to go to Nice and then go down to the Saint-Tropez. This was my honeymoon. And I had been gone for like 2 fucking hours and told my wife I was only going to be gone for 45 minutes. And all I was driving around the van, talking to farmers. None of them knew what I was saying. And as I was driving down the street, I had this morning French show on. And you know, people like when they speak in English, they're like, what do you say? They kind of, or, when people say that, I saw they were doing that in French and I was crying laughing because they'd be like, do, and I'm fucking driving the van just going, do.
Sounds like a fucking video game.
My fucking hotel. And what helped me was we were in this old town and there was this big obelisk type of fucking thing. And I saw that. And I was, driving like Henry Hill, looking at the helicopters, looking at that fucking thing. And I was able to get back there. And I had to park the truck and walk around the town. And then I finally found the hotel, and I had to look at the road, and I finally figured my way in. And I thought my wife was going to be pissed, and she was totally chill. And I came bursting in the room like Jason Giambi, all sweaty. Like, she's like, no, we're fine. I think I had the wrong time for the flight. That stick that I smoked, dude.
Yeah.
That was something else, man. And I would definitely do that again. And we had an unbelievable guide because we went there the day before, and this guy was from Scotland. And according to him, he was telling the real story of like everything that went going on. Well, he basically said that what happened at Normandy was we fucked up. Was we basically, these guys, like the other two beaches, we went, whatever, we stormed the beaches there and barely had any casualties because they softened it up, bombing it. And they bombed, like they flew right along the beach. For whatever reason on that one, I don't know if the guys got lost in the clouds. They flew straight in and they bombed that way. And they fucking, blew up some cows and shit. And then these kids landed. And there was one guy, he's known as the Butcher in Normandy. He was in the back of a house. They had built like a gun turret. And these guys would run straight up and he would just strafe them. He said later on, he actually felt guilty, but he said, I know that they would do it to me. This is what this guy from Scotland said. And he actually ended up getting captured and put into a POW camp, an American one. And he was terrified the whole time that they were going to figure out that he was the guy that did it.
Yeah, dude. I think that Thomas Lewis kid told me that. He said it was like almost so easy, like the way it was. And just like, so
they finally brought in like a destroyer and they just started shooting at the fucking house and the guy left.
That's fucking, yeah, dude. That's just so fucking brutal. The opening scene of Saving Private Ryan, dude. I heard veterans were like running out of the movie theater crying. That's how fucked up, dude. Just knowing as soon as the thing comes down, people were just getting, man, fuck that. But
that thing when he did, we heard the bullets pinging before they even brought it down. You just standing there.
Yeah, dude. That's like.
Oh, what about when they stopped so far out because they were getting taken on so much fire? These guys would jump out and their shit was so heavy that they would drown.
It's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah. Why are we talking about this?
My grandfather stormed Normandy, and they said the first thing. Well, first of all, his boat stalled, so they were like far off the ocean. They had to get him on another boat. So now it's like twice as many guys on a boat. And he said the first thing they did when they got to the beach was just drop all their stuff because they had like 80 pounds of equipment. And like, you're like, I don't need a shovel yet. So they would just drop everything. And then,
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
But yeah, it was, and they don't even talk about the war. Those guys don't even talk about it. Like I did a report on D-Day in 7th grade. He gave me like a few tidbits, but there's not like a bunch of stories. The only story he ever told was he was in like one of the French towns, and there was a bunch of bodies. And he said that one of his guys, because he was a sergeant, he said one of his guys was going to run out and loot somebody that was laying on the street. He's like, don't do it. He's like, no, we're all secure. Guy ran out and just got shot up, just trying to like loot a body.
I don't know. I heard that they also went tanks over bodies too, like on the. I heard fucking some horrible shit, but I'm gonna go back to the funny part of that story where Bill said he was talking to a guy in France, going do because that is fucking. Do you remember the first Superman with Christopher Reeve when they came as aliens and like they came like and they were dressed in all black and like they grabbed the local sheriff deputy and they're walking with him because like they landed and they're in this town. That's like when he took the fucking double barrel shotgun and he bent it, right? He like grabs the local dipshit deputy. That was Superman 2. Yeah. And like the sheriff comes in and he just goes, is that you, Boog? Right? That's what he said. Is that you, Boog? Right? So me and my brother Christian used to laugh at that. And we're in Italy and I would ask to say words. So I would go up with somebody like the tour guy. I go, how do you say, is that you, Boog? Right? The tour guy goes, is say to Boog. So me and Christian are walking through this village in Italy and I would just walk up. I go, say to Boog. And I was just fucking 11. I go, say to Boog. And I go, I don't know. Christian would just, my older brother Christian would just fucking laugh. But
I had a great time in Italy. I forget. I used to know how to order a drink. Something Mia Peachy, something or other.
Favorite place on earth is Venice, Italy. Favorite place on earth is Venice, Italy. I've been there multiple times. I bought a $200 pair of shoes there that I just wore at a wedding the other day and people complimented them. They're fucking black suede with a buckle. They're insane, dude. And they
bought a
hold
pair
up
of suede shoes in Venice, dude. Jesus Christ.
by
You
myself.
walk back to your hotel like this, hold them over your head.
By myself, dude. I was in Venice alone. I was walking around that day. I went into a shop. I'll never forget. It was this Asian woman sales lady who was incredible. I told her what I wanted. She's like, these are beautiful. They're amazing, blah, blah, blah. I spent $200 and I walked back with them. And yeah, man, Venice is, we got to do that.
Next time I do any gig along the Mediterranean, you gotta do it.
Oh, dude. Yeah, we got to do it. I actually got to run, but wanted to thank everybody who came out to the shows. And this next little run I got here, guys. Thank you. Like I said, everybody that came out to Nashville. This weekend, August 6th and 7th, I'll be at the Funny Bone in Omaha, Nebraska. On what's it called? The 27th of August, I'll be at Governor's, and September 3rd and 4th, Wise Guys Comedy Club, Salt Lake City. I'm shooting my special Levity Live. I'll be there all weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but we're shooting the special Saturday night, 7 and 9:45, and I'll be at the Wilbur Theater October 22nd. A ticket's available on paulvirzi.com. Please keep reviewing and rating the podcast, and check out obviously Bill Burr's Monday Morning Podcast, Virzi Effect, all our YouTube shit, all of our stuff. And we'll be back for episode number 28. And
right. Pair of shoes.
Oh, we got to go. Pair of shoes got to be the name of this app. No,
I don't know. I don't want to take his stuff though. Eckersley's amazing.
Oh yeah,
pair of shoes.
Pair of shoes is fucking, because it's just a pair of shoes sitting there. All right, everybody. Till next week. Anything Better is out of here. We'll see you guys soon.
All right. See you.